How is it going, everyone? Welcome to Gran Turismo 4. Wanna do the arcade mode just like I did with Gran Turismo 3, well, and the other ones on the PS1 too. But the problem is that this arcade mode is very unlike those because it doesn't really have a clear, or rather, it doesn't really have any sort of completionism path. Like, you essentially just have all the tracks in the game available with almost all the cars in the game. I say almost because some of them are not really available, and I think it's related to your simulation mode playthrough. Now here, for example, you start with Nürburgring. I don't think that's a good place to start though, but we can pick basically in any order, because as you can see, the game doesn't really care about that. So for example, we could start with, I don't know, Motegi East, for example. And the thing is that the races are not really divided by speed. Like, you should choose a car and whichever, you know, cars are similar get chosen for you. So I've been thinking that I want to do this with the Jaguar, the LMP, so I can race against other LMPs. So, you know, and in terms of the settings, well, obviously full difficulty. And I think I want to do with traction control. Without traction control, it's very hard to drive. And while racing hard are the, you know, default tires, so I should leave them like that. But yeah, that's the plan. We will see how it goes. But yeah, how is it going, Sunshine? As you can see, these are the opponents, which are essentially more or less on the same level. Well, mostly the most dangerous one is the Mercedes. Like, that's the fastest car here, and I can actually pick the Mercedes, but I think that if I wanted to make this challenging, ideally I want to pick the Jaguar. Like, the Jaguar seems to be the weakest of the bunch, not by a lot, but weak enough to be challenging to win. So we will see how it goes. But yeah, amazing way to start. Okay, I need to get used to the game. Might not be able to win this first one, but I need to get used to it first. But let me try to get used to it, and we're gonna be there in no time, surely. It's also pretty clear that the races that start with rolling start are way harder than the ones that start without rolling start. So there's that. So surprisingly, the Mercedes is staying pretty close, and I'm driving like shit. I really need to get used to the control, because I'm not used to them at all. Yeah, I'm surprised that the Mercedes is so far. But maybe I need to also enable the ABS. I thought without ABS it would be relatively easy, but I'm eating a lot of shit right now. It is a PS2 game. Yeah, I'm doing well. Well, not in the race though. You can say that I'm doing pretty badly in the race, but that's fine. Yeah, I think that this is not gonna go anywhere like this. I didn't want to enable ABS, but it seems that it might be necessary, because I'm doing very slippery here. So I guess we can enable it. Sure, why not? Or wait, where was it? It was Motegi East. Okay. Oh, it's just so I don't need to pick this every time. I could put it as favorite, so that way I can just go to favorites. Let's try with, well, ABS. They call it ASM here, but it's similar enough. It doesn't seem like you can tweak perfectly, like how much you want it, but yeah, not like it affects the points that you receive as a reward anyways. Not like the points matter in any case, but yeah. You can also either way pick the formula car if you really want to. I personally don't really feel like using the formula car, but you could. I mean, the issue is that with the formula car, is that the competition seems a lot easier, because you essentially, you know, you don't take too long on reaching your rivals. Here, since it's a different car, it's a different story. Like, the other cars have a slightly higher advantage. But with the Formula cars, everyone is driving the same car. Fuck. Damn, I'm really doing very badly, huh? Maybe starting with Motegi wasn't the right call, because some tracks are obviously gonna be harder than others, and Motegi seems to be on the harder side. Well, not to mention, as I say, the rolling start also makes it quite hard. Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't matter. Even if it takes multiple attempts, I will end up winning. Just gotta be patient. Though, surprisingly, the first place is very far. Like, that one, isn't that? No, that's an Audi, I think, that car. I was gonna say the Mercedes, but no, the Mercedes is here. Okay, look. We can leave Motegi for later. Can pick an easier track to start. In fact, I don't... That's the issue. It's not really ordered by difficulty either, so you can pick anything, but some of these are way harder than others. Like... The problem is that world circuits, they are all quite hard. Maybe I can start with High Speed Ring. Like, this is the first track for default in, you know, in Gran Turismo usually. It's the one that you always start with. The most basic one, you know. So let's just do that, because otherwise we're gonna be starting without a victory, you know. Well, and this one is also a standing start to top it off. So that by default makes it easier. Don't worry, these races are not that hard to win. I just need to get a grip. Means that I am lacking that grip right now. But you can see here, actually, is the perfect difference between, you know, the rolling start versus standing start. Wow, look at the Minolta trying to push me out. Very rude. You also only have 2 laps, so with only 2 laps you don't really have too much time to get used to the track and end up overtaking them later. Yeah. But it's quite a big difference. Maybe I could adjust it in a case-by-case scenario, like using traction control or not, because for example on this track, if I remove the ASN, I will have still won, you know. But at the same time, I'm not sure if that's a good idea to change in the fly the way the car feels, because the idea is to get used to the way the car feels, so it will be a problem. I think that Motegi will actually be challenging to it, without a doubt. I mean, you can also pick, you don't have to pick LMPs if you don't want to, like you could pick a Miata, for example. You could pick very slow cars, and the game is not gonna care about that, but I prefer picking the faster ones. And again, I could pick the Formula car, but I don't feel like doing that. I don't think it's gonna be very interesting. I think that this sort of variety that this brings you is a lot more interesting. So the cars get registered, right? Like once you beat them. Wait, which one did I choose? Do high speed ring, right? Yeah, so you can see it up there that it shows you what's your best score. So we can do 1 and 1 just for variety's sake, right? But when I say 1 and 1, I mean like, you know, one of each track category. So we can do like one original circuit, one street circuit, one dirt circuit, and then one world circuit. Though world circuits, they are quite a bunch, so we'll have to alternate. Oh, 70-point race here. Is it because the Mercedes? No, but the Mercedes was also here before. So why is this 70 points? Like, who is giving these 70 points? The Bentley? Or maybe the fact that they are 2 Nissan? Not sure. Something is giving it more points. Yeah, maybe it's the fact that you have both the Nissan R92 and R89. That's a little bit too much. Like the game goes into overdrive. The New York track is a track that is very, very slow. Like very slow corners that come very fast. Now here I don't know what will be the like with what sort of combination you could get to 200 A-spec points, because since any car that you pick is gonna have like a similar opponent, how will it be possible that you pick a car that is so bad that you will get 200 points? Like, that doesn't seem possible, right? It's not like in simulation mode where the cars pick are the same regardless of which one you pick. Here they depend solely on what you pick. So I'm not sure how you could make it to 200. And so how is it going, Kyle? Just here doing some races. Well, actually you might know. You came at the right time. So, do you know how you will be able to somehow get to 200 A-spec points in the arcade races? Like, what car will you even, like, you will have to probably pick one of those choke cars, right? Like the one that goes 1 horsepower. Because it doesn't seem possible that if you're picking like a regular car, you're gonna reach 200 A-spec points, right? It's like the game itself wouldn't let you have that happen. I don't know. Hard to tell. Oof. These corners are evil. These are not easy at all. Can you give the enemies more speed? Yeah, but it's at maximum. It cannot be higher if it wanted, you know? It's at the maximum possible. And at least for the LMP, it seems that 70 is the maximum that it has reached so far. So, I mean, again, you don't need to pick an LMP, but if you pick any other car, you're gonna have a similar situation with cars that are around the same level, you know? So it's not like it's that easy to do that. Well, considering that there are so many variations of Fuji Speedway, I guess we can do one of them. I guess. This is the slider that you mean. It's at the highest. Like, it cannot go harder than that. Never... Oh, you never play arcade mode too much? Yeah, I mean, I personally don't care about the A-spec points. I just want to have nice races, but just as a sort of curiosity. Yeah, the hard racing tires are are the ones that... Oh, wait a second, that's the Black Minolta. Damn, I wasn't expecting it to show up as an opponent. Or am I hallucinating? Maybe it isn't. No, the Black Nissan. Well, the point is that it's one of the black cars. Damn. I didn't know that was possible. Like, for the opponent to pick one of the black cars? Okay, cool. Yeah, that's the Nissan. Well, not the same Nissan that is in first place. Like, the first place is the R89. So the R89 is very good. Seems that it's constantly showing up in the first places here. Okay, what I'm almost sure is that the Jaguar is the worst of this type. Because I mean, the ones that you have here are the two Nissans that are very good cars no matter what. The Minolta Toyota that is one of the best. The Sauber Mercedes that is essentially like the best. And then sometimes you see the Bentley or the Audi show up that are... I didn't try... Well, actually, I don't know how good they are in comparison to the Jaguar, but the point is that... you know... The point is that it's probably there as the weakest of this group of cars. At least that gives a more grounded challenge, right? Some of these races will be hard to beat. Like this one in particular is not, mostly because it's a standing start. I still don't know how I will be able to win Motegi. Like, Motegi kicked my ass so badly. And it wasn't even the full course. Well, it wasn't... like, it was the half course. It wasn't either the oval or the full course. It was halfway through and it kicked my ass so badly. Nagacha car builder released 2 months ago and it already has a limited unit. Oh yeah. Gachas are... always try to be the scammy as possible. Wait, that car is called the R92CP. Well, that's an unfortunate naming convention, I gotta say. It's fine, it happens. I don't even know if the original had that name, since the original is not here with us. But then... someone needs to investigate Nissan. Anyways, so for dirt and snow, if you really wanted to, you could bring an LMP. It's just that I'm not gonna do that because, like, come on, we're just gonna pick a regular rally car. So I wonder if the Toyota Celica is here. It should be, right? Yeah, it's here. Though I don't think it's the fastest type, like the fastest category of rally cars, but... oh wait, let me put it as a favorite so I don't have to select it every time. Yeah, we can do the Celica. And well, here you cannot really pick anything other than the difficulty that is at the maximum. Alright, let's do it. Yeah, that abbreviation seems to be quite popular lately. Okay, hold up. If that's gonna be my rival, the Celica is not gonna do shit. Well, you wanted a 200-point race, there you have it. This is a little bit exaggerated, don't you think? Like, that car is very clearly faster. Do I need to pull off the Suzuki Escudo here? See, I'm not winning with the Celica. There is no way. Can't believe they will be cheating like that. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind bringing the Escudo, it's just that I didn't want to. But you're giving me no choice. Like, I'm not winning with this. Damn. Why are you like this, game? Why do you bring... Well, you can even see the horsepower. It's like almost double the amount I have. Okay. That's fine. That's okay, I mean game. Suzuki should be Japanese. It's here. Promise that using the Suzuki Escudo is kinda like cheating. I don't know if the Impreza, how it compares, for example. If we pick this Impreza, I mean, it should be a... No, it's not really a closer match. I still wanna try it though, because I'm also not sure if that opponent is fit. I think that it appears sometimes, some other times it doesn't. See, for example, here we have another one though, also of the same speed category pretty much. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm reaching it. Maybe I should see what group of cars that one is. So at least pick one of those. So I can at least compete, you know? Also, I wonder here if you will have a penalty. I don't think you have penalties though, right? I should have gotten one by now, I think. I didn't get it. I think that for these ones... But man, as I say, pulling off the Suzuki Escudo here will be overkill. Yeah, I will clearly win if I do that. Well, actually, I don't know. Will I clearly win? I could try. It's just that the Suzuki Escudo, I'm pretty sure that it has way more horsepower than these guys. Like, we're talking about a lot of horsepower. Alright. Whatever. Let's fuck them up. Can't believe that I'm bringing an assault rifle to a fist fight. Yeah, this thing is like way better, isn't it? Yeah, see, that's the problem. I didn't want to do that because I... If 1 point race. But actually, you will see it right now how it feels. Yeah, it's not a good idea. This is gonna be free. But at the same time, this car is such a monster that I wonder if maybe in a track like this, it can even show its true self or not. No, it seems that even this thing struggles a little bit because it cannot really go fast. Like all that horsepower is there's not much you can do. Yeah, 90% spoiler, pretty much. Interestingly enough, no, it doesn't seem like it can do much in here. And, well, if the Suzuki cannot do it, I don't think that many others can do it. Maybe I simply should mimic the pick that one of these guys have. Though at the same time, technically without penalties you can do something like this. You can do the good old Gran Turismo thing. Okay. Look, let me leave the rallies for later until I think of a better idea. But yeah, like the Suzuki, I shouldn't use the Suzuki. I don't think it's a good idea. But anyway, let's go back to normal races, okay? We will think about that when the time comes. So, onto the Jaguar. Time to pick the shittiest, most square heavyweight car possible. Well, for rally, I don't think that will help, personally. I mean, not because of shittiest or square, but the heavyweight part might be an issue. You know? I think that the heavyweight part is the one that wouldn't go very far. Bro, you push me, sack of shit. This Minolta is an asshole. Maybe I can't believe the Minolta is treating me so badly. And also yet again the R89 is on the lead. So this is the best car of this category then. Because I thought that the Sauber Mercedes was, but like that car showed up multiple times and it has not hogged the lead in the same way that this one is doing it. It's the one behind me, so I don't know if he's gonna get close or not, but probably not. Like this one is the one that brings in the hit. This one does not mind being the best. Well, and keep in mind that if you want to unlock this car, you have to beat all of the driving missions in simulation mode, and that's very hard. That's something that I don't really recommend anyone to go through. Like, it's very hard to do. Also, if every track has 2 laps, does that mean that Nürburgring is also gonna have 2 laps? You know that there is quite a difference between, you know, a regular track like this one having 2 laps and Nürburgring having 2 laps. But considering that consistently all of these have 2 laps, something tells me it will have 2 laps too. Well, even if it's 2 laps, 1 lap, 3 laps, whatever it is, Nürburgring is gonna be legitimately hard. Like, Nürburgring will be an actual problem. So, hopefully we are fine, but I don't think we're gonna be fine. Seems that this one was also standing start, right? So yeah, you basically have to dread any moment that starts with a standing start. In fact, I wonder how hard some of those are gonna be, especially something like Laguna Seca. Because Laguna Seca has a standing start in this game, right? Or maybe... Actually, I don't remember. No, Well, I will check it. Normally, I will leave that track for last since it's one of the hardest ones, but my curiosity got the best of me right now. Let me see what happens when you go to Laguna Seca. That is right here. Oh, and you cannot pick the reverse version. So it seems that you are not allowed to do anything weird with official tracks. You only have the normal version. Alright, so it's a rolling start. Okay, I don't know how long this might take to beat, but I have the prediction this might be one of the hardest races to win. Damn, rolling start in Laguna Seca, dude. That's fucked up. And it's only 2 laps as well, so it's not like you can go fast enough to have enough pace to overtake everyone. You have to do it in those 2 laps. It's all you're gonna get. You're not gonna get more than that. And it's already a pretty bad start. So yeah, tracks like this will be a real challenge. Though here, if you get lucky that the first place blocks the rest, it could work. But the problem is that right here, the first place is actually going away. That was weird. And then comes the legendary corkscrew. Oof. Okay. Yeah, that first place seems like it's in his own race. I'm not sure if I'm gonna reach him, but I need to. Like, unless I do dirty shit like that, I'm not reaching the first place. At least I got 1 second off of that. This is still going way too fast. I don't know. He doesn't look that far, but there's less than a lap remaining, you know? Kind of an issue. I mean, do I believe? Well, not if I do that, no. Damn it. Yeah, that corner is not something you can do pretty fast. So yeah, Laguna Seca, I think it's something that I should leave for last. But it seems doable. You just need to do outstanding in there. No, it's fine. We can do... Well, there are some tracks, like for example this one. This is an extremely short track and clearly not a track that was made for LMP. So what happens if I pick this? Because if it's only 2 laps, it's barely gonna last anything. Like, it's gonna be over so quickly. Then it is 2 laps, no way. But dude, this will be close to impossible to win. Like, you don't have enough time to overtake them all. I mean, unless they should slow down for no reason, but I would... Well, okay, technically there is a way to win, which is no... If you completely skip this chicane, like, the race is over in less than a minute. You can barely even call it a race. So unless you completely skip the chicane, you're not winning this shit. And even skipping it is not really the full answer. That guy will still win. So how the fuck do you do this? Well, I guess you don't do it with these cars and that's it. Like, it's a 40-second race. Damn. Should I pick a different car? I mean, well, yeah, that would be the smart thing, but I don't think I will feel comfortable with, I guess, yeah, if I pick a Miata here, I can most likely win, but that seems a little bit, I don't know, cheesy. Though I also know how easy it will be to win with other cars, because you will have a completely different group of cars and they are not necessarily gonna be easier. But if you don't do that act of terrorism that I did right there, you're not winning this. With only 2 laps, it's not possible. Like, it's over before you know it. Yeah, unless you go like that in every corner. And that still was not enough, you know? Yeah, that wasn't enough. Damn. Though I feel like here what they should have done is they should have made the lap count customizable. Or customizable, yes, but also something adaptable. Like, sure, you can pick the lap count, like that will be the ideal thing, but if you don't want to let the player pick the lap count, what you should at least do is have the lap count be proportional to the track you're in. Then I can't believe I'm already starting like this. That's some evil genius action. But I still wasn't able to win, so call me a genius when I get the first place. It is just pretty funny the way seeing LMPs. I mean, this is kind of like seeing, I don't know, seeing an adult sleep in a cradle. Like, it's just that dumb and that bad of an idea. And I cannot do it. Alright, last try, and otherwise I'll leave it for later. Then you can see that there are multiple races that will not be easy to win with these conditions. You really will need to pick something else. I mean, here I wouldn't go for a Miata, but maybe I will pick, like, I don't know, a sports car. We will pick an Aston Martin, for example. The problem is that I think in the previous attempt I was further, and now I'm not. I don't know what sort of magic I employed in the previous attempt, but it's not happening here. It's fine, don't worry about it. It won't happen now, but it will happen later. And this arcade mode is more fucked up than I expected. I expected with the fact that they let you do whatever you want that it will be naturally easier, but no, it isn't. And we can go to Hong Kong. It is one of the hardest tracks in the game, by the way. But that's the thing, this track being hard, does it mean that it will be hard to win? Well, maybe. But will it be harder than that other track that was supposed to be the beginner track? Well, it's a rolling start, so it will be just as hard, but we will see. I don't know though. Not to mention that, that not every rolling start is the same. Like, some rolling starts have way more distance between each other. Though the real issue is that, and I don't know why they thought it was a good idea to do it like this, but the way the rolling start in Gran Turismo works is everyone starts speeding up in a different moment, because they essentially speed up in a certain place instead of speeding up at the same time. And that's not how it works in real life. Like, in real life, essentially you start speeding up when the green flag is out, and the green flag is out at the same time for everyone. It's not like it's out for some and then for others. Green flag means you go. Like, all of them. Anyone that is in the track, you know, step on the accelerator. That's what green flag means. But here they only do it when they cross the finish line, which is very dumb. Yeah, this one seems like it also will be hard to win, probably. Those 4 seconds is way too much distance. I don't think I'm reaching them. Unless they somehow get into an accident, but doesn't seem to be the case right now. And the Nissan is not that far from him at least, but I mean, I don't care what the Nissan does. The problem is that I'm far from them. That's the issue. Yeah, this will be another one, though at this point I'm kinda doubting that I might be able to pull this off. Like, this does not seem very doable to me. Maybe I should have, well, actually I was gonna say I should have picked the Formula cars, but will this be easier with the Formula cars? Maybe not. Probably not. I could try, I guess. Let's go to Trial Mountain, for example. This seems like it will be an issue. I feel like it really is lame that you don't really have any clear objective here. Like, this arcade mode is simply like free mode, like rather than something with a structure. And that's fucked up because at that point, even though, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of Gran Turismo 3, but I gotta admit that Gran Turismo 3 does a better job at presenting the arcade mode, so that's fucked up. It's fine though. Okay, here at least it will tell you which races you won in the main menu, like in the as an overall thing, but it really doesn't. That's a little bit weird. Yet again, the R89 is the best car here. You know, I don't think that I want to beat the Gran Turismo World Cup with the CLK. I will have to pass. But you know, this arcade mode, I mean, at least if you play in the highest difficulty, it is quite hard, you know. Certainly not a show. The issue are the rolling starts. Maybe we can save those races that are harder and use the Formula car. The Formula car will probably... Well, I don't know if it's gonna make things easier or not. Maybe it won't. Hard to tell. But it's gonna be a pretty close race, you know? All things considered. This is quite challenging. I actually was not expecting this to be hard. And in fact, well, you see that at the beginning of the stream, I'm like, yeah, let me not pick some of the driving aids. Well, no, that's not a good idea. You want to use the driving aids most likely. And we can go to Tsukuba. Well, though the problem is that Tsukuba is gonna be another one of those that will be very hard to beat. And we can do Sonoma, I guess. Might as well. So I should remove these rally cars from the list. But at least the Suzuki. And I think the Celica too. So the Celica and the let's remove all of them. Because I still haven't decided what to do for the rally. Maybe I should pick that Renault that the AI uses. Like if they are gonna use that category of rally cars from like the 80s, I should do it too. Just like it really surprises me that the Suzuki also struggles so much. Well, it struggled in that particular track, doesn't mean that it's gonna struggle in all of them. Oh, what the hell? I think that guy went off for the same reason that I went off. Like, he got pushed by someone else. That's how we're gonna be playing. Hold up, let me reset, but... Damn. Why are you like this? Because one thing is driving aggressively and another thing is just... driving like this is burnout. Damn. Pretty messed up. It's fine. It seems like these guys have no respect whatsoever. Like, respect is not in their protocol. Stop punting me, you sack of shit. So that guy, that poor Bentley seems like it is scripted for him to go off every time that corner shows up. But maybe the other guys will go off in some other ones. It's not really looking like it though. At least here if you go long, since there is asphalt, you don't really lose that much time. The car looked like it was gonna take off. Well, these things are pretty much the closest thing that we have to spaceship in a racing car form. I guess it's not that off. Well, I guess this and Formula cars. It's just that I think that Le Mans prototype cars look a lot more alien-like than Formula cars do. Well, especially the one I'm using right now, you know? The fact that it has this sort of cover, it's like I'm on a spaceship. So yeah, I guess them taking off is not very different than their idea, right? Well, there go those cones. It's fine. I don't think they are gonna mind. At least that this was a clean victory. Like, you can see that in some of these races, winning it's not that big of a deal, even though it requires a little bit of effort. But in some other ones, winning is so hard. Almost impossible, I will say. It's okay, don't worry about it. I don't know, I'm still thinking, I mean, obviously for the rest of the stream I will keep playing these races, but I really wonder if I truly want to clear all of these races, like as a challenge. I feel like I probably shouldn't. What we can use? Should I try Motegi again? I'm gonna try the full Motegi course. Because this one you have a lot more time to overtake. I can tell you that the other two Motegi ones did not go well at all. This one being longer makes me think that I should have enough time to win. Should be. Who knows? Almost went off. You're not supposed to go on the dirt, you know? All that dirt that you saw in the air means that someone is not driving properly, you know? Okay. Hey, I don't know, I still feel that gaining time on the first place in this track is so hard, and I'm not sure exactly why. Is it because the AI is simply better? Or is it because I'm simply worse? I think that no other track gives me this issue. I mean, you could see that Hong Kong or, you know, the beginner track I didn't win, but I didn't win because I essentially didn't have enough time to reach the first place, but I was gaining time. This one, it feels like I'm not even gaining time at all. It feels a little bit weird. Well, only one more lap. I feel like this guy is at the same distance that he was at the beginning of the lap. Not the same distance that he was a couple seconds ago, like I'm actually closer, but I feel like when the race started, he was at this distance. Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about it. I went too long. No, come on. Damn it, dude. If I do shit like that, I'm definitely not gonna win, but... Well, there is still one thing I could do in case I cannot reach this guy. It wouldn't be very elegant, but it should theoretically work. Also, I'm not the only one that is slowly approaching the first place. The Minolta is also getting super close to him. In fact, that will give me an advantage. The fact that these guys are kind of annoying each other. Like now he's gonna be in parallel. Yeah, he will. Yeah, he actually overtook. Well, not anymore. No, he's still in second place. Alright. Well, that was weird. But hey, it worked. I mean, the Minolta didn't do a legal overtake. He essentially went through the left and closed the Audi. And what I did was simply revenge for that, basically. I avenged the Audi, okay? I didn't do that because otherwise I wouldn't have won. No. It was purely because of the Audi. Don't think bad of me. Alright. No, it was because I couldn't have won otherwise, so it's okay, don't worry about it. So what about these tracks? So these tracks are only gonna have one opponent, right? I mean, I already tried when I was testing earlier in one of the wet tracks. And essentially what happens in the wet track is that you only have one opponent like you do in the original simulation mode. So yeah, okay, here you only have one, and it's the Sauber Mercedes. 96-point race, huh? And this is an interesting thing because in the original game, in the simulation mode, these cars never show up. Like essentially there is a fixed amount of cars that can show up, and none of them are Le Mans prototypes. So it's interesting to see how this race will be with Le Mans prototype. Okay. I'm following him very closely though. Okay, I'm not the only one crashing against walls here. You will see the Mercedes doing that too. That's because obviously these cars are not made for a track like this. Like trying to drive through a narrow place like this, like you're gonna end up getting killed. Well, I mean, though to be fair, you also see cars like this in Nürburgring, which is arguably worse. Just that here an accident will be completely lethal. In Nürburgring, since there is grass and a lot of security things in place, you most likely will survive. Here not only you will die, but you also will kill anyone that is an spectator, and it seems that there are many spectators in the first place, so yeah, that's how it will be. Wouldn't be very nice, honestly. So these things can barely do this corner. You have to basically slow down to a crawl if you wanna win that. These corners are a lot slower than they initially look like. Not to mention that little champ that normally will happen with cars that are used to it, like rally cars, but not with this thing. Surprisingly, he's still close to me. Hey, come on. You wouldn't have made that corner, you sack of shit. And I know for a fact you wouldn't, because I already was watching you from behind on the previous lap, and you went straight to the wall, so don't try to, you know, make me think that I'm slow on that corner, because no, you will have hit the wall, and you know it very well. I also wonder what happens if you change the tire compound. Like, do your opponents also go with whatever tire compound you use, or do they stick with racing hard tires? You see, that's another thing. Like, a lot of these tracks would obviously be a lot easier if instead of racing hard we use racing medium or racing soft, right? I could check. Actually, you know, in the cars that I couldn't win, I could try that. Well, that was interesting. I mean, in this track, once you overtake, there's not much that can be done. Like the race is pretty much yours, no matter what. You know, I don't think that doing Tsukuba is a good idea, right? But I've been looking at this for a long time. I kinda wanna do it. What other? Yeah, okay, so you can basically pick between all 5 of them, like super hard, hard, medium, soft, and super soft. All of them are pickable. Okay. So at least this one, oh, it's actually Rolling Star. Well, I don't think I'm winning this one. It's Rolling Star, and Tsukuba Circuit is a very short track. And also not a track that is really made for cars like this. That's kind of an issue. Well, we will see. No, I think the first place is too far. It seems that in tracks like this, that's what will generally happen. And it feels like it's always the same guy, it's the Audi. And it's not like it's an extremely fast car, but he always starts first. So that's obviously an insane advantage, to say the least. Well, if you want to win this, there's only one way to do it, and you know what it is. Unfortunately, I missed. Didn't almost got it. Nah. This one will be hard. No chaparral. I don't think I have it. The thing is that this mode, if you don't have a car in simulation mode, you cannot have it here unless it's one of the default ones. But yeah, the chaparral, I think that like if you don't have it, you're not gonna be able to use it. Though, what brand was it? Like the chaparral? Yeah, that was a sniper shot. Unfortunately, I missed. It's okay, we'll get it next time, don't worry about it. Dan McQueen's thing kicked in. Well, I'm not the one dodging, he was the one dodging. Oh, he didn't even need to move, I simply failed. It is a rolling start. Let me know what brand Chaparral is. Oh, that's the name of the brand, like Chaparral is the brand, and what country it is from. Because here in this arcade mode they are divided by country first. So you know. You cannot find it alphabetically, you need to find it by country. Though I still don't think it's gonna be there, because if we didn't see it casually scrolling, it's not gonna appear. Is the USA? Yeah, I think it most likely is not there then, since I haven't unlocked it in simulation mode. So yeah, there is no love because I guess the game doesn't let me love it, you know? It ain't my fault. I mean, the only reason why I'm using, well, not the only reason, but the thing is that this Jaguar is a car that I can use simply because I have it in simulation mode. If I didn't have it there, I wouldn't be able to use it. Damn, I fucked up, dude, and for so little. Yeah, this will have to be a retry. Well, actually... no, I think it's way too much distance. I will be able to recover if it was less, but I think this is too much. I'll still try though. It's a similar thing to the thing that you saw in Tsukuba. It's just that here you're not really targeting anyone. But I don't think it's gonna work. I'm not a believer of this. I don't think it's working. Hey, we will try. Maybe it will. No, like this chicane, you cannot skip it that easily. Alright, let me retry real quick. This is not a hard race to win. It's just that I fucked up in one corner and that was enough to not win. Give me a couple seconds. Should be able to get this. that I don't want to overtake these guys like this, but they are the ones pushing me into doing it. They are just pushing me around, and I end up overtaking them from the side. It just happens. You know, I should be able to win this one. I mean, this isn't even a hard track, and not to mention that it's also one of those tracks with a standing start, so I should not have trouble with it. You can tell that it's one of those that you don't get first place on the first lap. Like, you need to go until the very end to win. It's not a race decided only on the first lap. Okay, that's more like it. I should be able to overtake this guy, right? Should I? Yeah, I think I should. Man, asshole pushing me down. Okay. That was... I mean, considering the kind of shit that you see here, that was a legal overtake. I will consider it legal at least. Alright. Well, got it. It's pretty nice to see races like this one, where you can win, but not by a lot. But that also means that some other ones will be, instead of that, will be a lot harder. It's fine. I'm still curious how Nürburgring, but I don't want to do it yet. Okay, hold up. I've been neglecting this for a while. Let me try this again. But let me try it with that. Oh yeah, you mentioned Chaparral. Well, yeah, it's not an option here. So that means that it's because I don't have it unlocked. So yeah, it is what it is. But no, what was I gonna check? It was a Fiat, right? A Fiat is here. Well, no, or was it a Peugeot? Where is France here? No, it was a Renault. I mean, like this one, yeah. Well, it wasn't particularly this one, but using this one could work. Let me try. Yeah, no Chaparral. I don't even know how it's unlocked in the normal game. Do you have any plans for the new year? No. Hey, how is it going, Wasabi? No, I don't have any plans. I mean, in general, right? Like, just do random stuff. In this case, it's playing this game, but yeah, nothing special. Okay, this car doesn't drive very well. I'm afraid. Though, at the same time, this also doesn't seem to be in the same category as this Ford and the other one that... I thought it was a Renault, maybe it was the Peugeot, and I'm just dumb. And maybe it's also the case that this track is just very hard and that's the end of that. You know, it seems that we are in two completely different worlds right here. In fact, yeah, this car drives like shit. Like, you know that cars like the Impreza couldn't win here, but at least they were drivable. This one is not drivable. Alright, let me try that Peugeot here, right? This one. Yeah, it was this one, right? You have two, but it was this one. Alright, let's try it like this. If I cannot win with this one... whatever. You know? This is the same category, essentially. Like, these two are on the same level. So if I lose this, it's a skill issue. Easily. It's very hard to take any of these corners. Oh, oops, my bad. Well, here if we were in simulation mode, all of that will already be a penalty, without a doubt. Yeah, at least this one seems like he can compete, more or less. My bad. You should be able to buy them, and one of them is 4-hour Nürburgring. Yeah, that's fine, yeah. Though I'm not gonna buy them, but will be an interesting challenge at some point. Well, no, not really. I mean, I feel like it's already enough of a challenge to win some of these tracks with the Jaguar. So I wonder how the Jaguar will behave here. Probably not very well. Well, probably, yeah, clearly not very well. It will be interesting to see it with my own eyes. Oops. This final corner is so fucked up. I ended up winning though, because I just kept getting in the other guy's way. Man. You know, I don't really have any plans. I mean, I never really had any plans. Well, I guess you can say that there were times where on my streams, like I did the streams at a different time when it was Christmas and well, the other one, how is it called? Well, New Year. Lately, not really. So let me remove this shit from here. Lately, I just do whatever. I treat them like normal days. Well, because to me they are normal days. Okay, what track is this? I mean, yeah, it's Suzuka, but... oh, this part of Suzuka. I think that should be fine, simply because it's the part with a lot of corners, so... I don't think that my opponents are gonna escape that much. At least they shouldn't. Especially not if I fuck them up like that. It's always weird to play an alternate version of a track that you usually never play. Well, and specifically because this version of Suzuka, I think that it's never used in simulation mode. And if it's used, it's in like 1 or 2 races at most. You usually see the full course. These are real life variants, you know, like this is not something that this game invented, like these variants exist. They are usually used for slower categories, right? Like, you know, touring cars or shit like that. But not really. I mean, yes, they are used by slower categories, so I don't think touring cars is the right example. Pretty sure that touring cars still use the full length track. Expect to do Wasabi something similar. Like what? To do what? Eat apples? I mean, you can eat apples. I don't think eating apples is anything, you know, special, if you ask me. Unless you're talking about playing I Wanna Be the Guy. In that case, maybe. I mean, you know that lately a fun game made by a lot of creators got released. That apparently is super high production value and all of that. So he might be playing that. Well, are you are you playing that, Wasabi? Are you playing something else? I don't know. Okay. What else do we have here? O2 Mini is also gonna be extremely cancerous to win, but it's fine. No, but I do plan to return to streaming in 2026. Nice. Are you gonna be streaming fun games? You're gonna be streaming on Twitch? Yeah, that seems like it will be the safe bet, right? Probably. Maybe some other stuff too. Didn't know Wasabi stream. Well, he used to try to stream because I remember him talking out his microphone, I think, and he probably did a couple of streams, but for the most part what Wasabi does is upload videos on YouTube. Not really live streams. But yeah, I mean, I guess he's now gonna do that. It's pretty nice. The streaming is pretty cool. Also, Deep Forest... Was Deep Forest even used in this game? You know, I don't remember Deep Forest also being used. No, it seems that there are a lot of tracks that are completely underused in this game, and I'm pretty sure that Deep Forest is one of them. Okay, only that guy is remaining. I don't think that you're supposed to do that corner like that, but it's fine. If there's asphalt, it's surely legal. Okay. I thought I wasn't gonna win this one, but I guess I will. Okay. But with a lot of very illegal maneuvers, yeah, but that's fine. It's not like the CPU minds doing them either, so... Shit. Just playing like they are playing. That was at least a cool race. What's his voice like? I don't know what popular streamer I could compare it to, but... who could I compare it to? I don't know. I don't know what voice to compare it to. Because all of the popular streamers that I'm thinking of don't sound like him at all. Like I'm thinking, you know, Forsen for, you know, stuff like that, and he doesn't really sound like any of those. Well, then again, maybe his voice changed now, you know. or not. I don't know. Man, you will see when he streams. Yeah, it's yeah, I cannot think of anyone to compare it with. At least not any streamer. Maybe I could compare it to like a popular, like, celebrity. Maybe not. No, honestly, yeah. He's in both Twitch and YouTube. Though the YouTube videos that he uploaded are voiceless. So, because, you know, they are basically edits of the game being played in its, you know, in its winning attempt, right? Like, essentially any time that you enter a room in an I Wanna Be the Guy fan game, it's shown how to beat it. Oh, you have voice sometimes? I didn't hear it. All of the videos that I seen, they were voiceless. But to be fair, also some of them I probably didn't see them with headphones, guys. But at least back then, keep in mind that I didn't have these in-ear monitors. I had the headphones that I wanted to avoid using them as much as possible. Now with these ones, it's less like that. I usually don't put them on all the time, so sometimes I don't watch with sound. Get out of the way! Fucking Minolta. No, okay, that's fine, that's fine. And it seems that this race will be very close too. I guess you can never know when a race is gonna be close, because this one seems like it will be close, after all. Okay. Another thing to keep in mind is that these cars, sometimes I feel like they are understeering a lot, but that's because of the racing hard tires. I still haven't tried to see what happens when you go to a different tire type. I could check, like for example right now I could go to that Motegi track that I failed, and I could see what happens with lighter, softer tires. So here I don't even need to go to super, so like I want to try with medium. Will my opponents also pick medium, or will they keep with racing hard? What will you do? Okay, so everyone switches to medium. And it seems that even the points remain the same, so if that's the case, I don't see much of a reason to use racing hard, right? I mean, after all, doing racing hard is a lot slower. So, you know, probably not a good idea. Though that being said, I don't even know if that will allow me to win this or not. Yeah, that's a lot smoother, without a doubt. Yeah, that's very, very smooth. I don't know if you can notice it by looking at it, but it feels so smooth to drive with medium tires. Like, it actually feels normal. It's like that's the way it's meant to be done. The only reason why I kept racing hard is because that was the default choice. I didn't want to mess with the default, but it seems to be a lot better to drive with racing medium. Maybe it's something that I can do is, like, by default I can use racing hard, and if there is one race that I cannot win, such as this one, I could switch to racing medium, since it's a lot easier to drive with these things. And I think that that will be a nice idea. Will also make winning some races that look impossible make it actually manageable. So here I could try, after this, I could try Hong Kong and the beginner track. And maybe it's gonna work. Maybe. I didn't want to tell you about the innate hypogriff yesterday. About the what? Oh, you mean the uppercut of Julius? It's fine, I ended up figuring out. The backslide, I don't know which one you're talking about. Like, you mean the Akuma dash? Like that one? I did use it a couple times, just that I kept forgetting, but I knew it was there. Also, hold up. Which one did I say I will do? Hong Kong, but it counts as a city course. Alright. So will this be more doable with medium tires, I wonder? So it really defaults to racing hard no matter if you already picked medium before. That's interesting. Or maybe it's because it's favored like that. Could be because of that. Backdash like Soma mode? No, I didn't know you had a backdash. Was not aware. I mean, what could be the input? Know what input you could do. So I'm not really sure if I'm winning this one. It's not really looking like it. But I mean, the driving should be a lot better. The thing is that it's better for me and it's better for them as well. So it's not like I'm any special right now. At least I do hope that it means that I will go faster. Yeah, the issue is that here I'm still in last place, essentially by the end of the first lap, so I don't know, something tells me that this will not be a victory at this rate. So maybe for this one I will have to switch to Formula Gar if I wanna win. It's like this, it does not seem to be happening at all. I don't think I really have any trick for this track that would allow me to do a corner faster, especially considering that it's a city track. So, well, the first place is not that far, so maybe it could work. But he's not that far, but he's far enough. I don't think it's gonna work. 2 seconds. That's way too much. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Unfortunately not. It seems that Hong Kong will remain unbeaten for now. Yeah. It will be hard. I mean, if you give me one more lap, I should be able to win it. But with 2 laps, it's very hard. The L button is to dash. It was moved to be one of the skills. Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, let's try... Wait, what about Motorland? This is... I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be the same track as the beginner track, but this time with, you know, with more corners. Like, it's not a super short track. It's still short though, but not at the level of the beginner track at least. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to win it though. It's worth trying. No, then okay, see, the problem is that I'm using hard tires now, so I kinda gotta get used to that again. Because right there I did the corner as if I was using medium, but I'm not. No, honestly, I could permanently switch to medium, but just that, as I say, since it's the default, makes me think that I'm simply making it easier, and I don't want to use that unless I do need to make it easier no matter what, because otherwise I'm not winning, like in the case of Hong Kong. Okay, not the only one that's going off track here. Yeah, I need to do a lot better if my idea is to win. Yeah, they are going off track. Shame that the first place doesn't seem to be going off track. I don't think I can win like this. Okay, let me do one more attempt, but I guess I should be more careful this time. Okay, one more attempt. Otherwise, I guess it will be left for last like many others. Okay. You really have to brake an insane amount in every corner, since obviously they weren't meant for these beasts. This is a track made for Miatas. Also, you know what I find pretty funny? I can start using the word Miata simply to refer to a slow car, right? When I say that this track was made for Miatas, it's basically it was made for slow cars. Like, using Miata as a derogatory is pretty funny. Right, this one I win it though. No need to do anything super illegal, I guess. But will I win it? Yeah, I will. I will, don't worry about it. You're worrying too much. I almost didn't win it. Okay. Pretty weird, honestly. I gotta say, this arcade mode, because it's... it allows you to do many things, but at least by using this car like this, it's a cool challenge. I wonder if there are any challenges that people do in this arcade mode, like picking a very specific car exclusively, for example. I don't know. I already did one of the Fushis. Let me do this Fushi. So this Fushi is extremely straightforward. Almost to a literal sense, like the main straight is super long. So yeah. One of those things. Actually, now that I think about it, I wonder if this car by default has racing hard tires, because that's what it might have had in the simulation mode. Maybe by default these things use racing medium, I don't know. Actually, do not know. This will also be a very short race, but it makes sense. It's a short track. The one thing that this version of Fushi doesn't have is that the outside of the track is doesn't have asphalt, it's pure grass. So that means that if you fuck up, you're on your own. But at the same time, this is like a very easy variant of this track, so shouldn't be a problem. One more lap to overtake this guy. Wait. No, I fucked up. You know, I wasn't paying attention to what was going on. I was paying attention to the speed, and it surprised me because it's reaching like very high speeds. Like it's reaching 360 something kilometers per hour. I don't think these cars are supposed to go that fast. Is it because of the difficulty thing that I picked that makes these cars go unnaturally faster, or... Like, it might be that, right? Like, the difficulty is something that doesn't really affect only the AI, but also like the overall speed. Not to mention that they are reaching 200 kilometers per hour super early. I understand that outside of the Formula car, these are supposed to be the fastest cars in the game, but I feel like reaching 360 is a little bit too much, isn't it? Like that's a little bit overboard. I mean, you can pay attention now when I get to the main straight. Look at the kilometers per hour. Well, to be fair, you're going straight for a while, so it does have enough time to build up that speed. Yeah, no, maybe it is not going faster. Maybe it's going... What? The guy tried to murder me. Come on, dude, you couldn't have done that break better. You're absolutely bullshitting. This was kinda free. I mean, yeah, the first attempt I fumbled it because I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, it was quite free. You know, the one that I want to try, speaking of different versions, is Le Mans without chicanes. Because the thing that kind of surprises me here is it gonna be 2 laps as well? Because that means that it's gonna be very long. Well, Le Mans not that much, but it certainly will be very long to do Nürburgring, as I already said before, so I don't know how it's gonna be. But something tells me it will be 2 laps, and that will easily be 14 minutes. Well, Le Mans will be 2 laps, so yeah, at least these cars are literally made for this track, so, you know, at least it makes sense. But yeah, with Nürburgring will be an issue. Also, and it is a long-ass rolling start, dude. Yeah, I'm very ready to drive. Seems that you aren't, Mr. Game. Okay. Will this one be hard to win? I mean, especially with the long straight without chicanes, I don't think it should. What if it is? Yeah, no, this one will most likely be easy, because in this long straight, overtaking this guy should not be a problem. You simply take the slipstream and overtake when needed. But they will most likely overtake me back too, though. At the same time, it feels like when it comes to exclusively top speed, this Jaguar could be the best one, maybe. Hard to tell. I mean, that Bentley seems to be going my same speed. Just that with the slipstream I caught, I fucked up there. Yeah, a crash like that in real life wouldn't be something that you get off that easily. It's fine. Thankfully for everyone's safety, this is not real life. Though it seems that everyone else is struggling with that Bentley there. It's getting in the way. And now the Minolta is here. Here we got the real rival. And the Bentley got to 3rd place. Though I don't think they are gonna reach me here. I think I'm very comfortably in 1st place. I don't think that they have any chance of winning, but maybe I'm wrong. It's just that that long straight seems to just work a lot in my favor, and that's it. So even without a long straight, I'm doing pretty well to keep them behind. But usually the longer that a track is, I guess the easier it will be to take the lead. I mean, my issues are tracks that end very quickly because I barely have any time to do any overtaking, you know. So the Nissan is faster now. Well, maybe it was just because of the slipstream. Oh, that reminds me of the test course. The test course is also a thing here. I wonder how it will be differently from the one in the previous game, because if it's gonna be like this straight here, it seems that I will clearly win without any effort. Like I won't even have any chance of losing. Okay, the idea is doing all the tracks without exception. Almost went off track. And I'm completely destroying any advantage well, not any advantage, I still have an advantage, but will be faster. That was kinda free. Kinda. They even give me, I think that those 70 points are so far the largest amount I got, right? It shouldn't have been, but yeah. The way this thing calculates points is very weird. Well, not very weird, it's straightforward, but also doesn't really help at all to calculate them like that. Alright, so we can do one of these. For example, do the Swiss Alps, I guess. What car did I pick? The Peugeot. So let me favorite this thing so I don't forget. Because this is differently from the other one on like the regular races. Here the opponents are fixed. Like it's not like you can pick what opponent you are going against. You will go against these opponents whether you like it or not, you know. Amazing way to start. The physics, well, it's what I was saying when I was playing Gran Turismo 3, but the physics of rally between that game and this one, like they are extremely different. They are day and night, so this is one of the tracks that was present in Gran Turismo 3, but the way I'm doing the corners here will have to be completely different than how I did them with in Gran Turismo 3. You can tell at corners like this, I need to slow down so much to do them well. So I do wonder in a track like this that is a lot wider. Ah, fuck. But I somehow didn't spin out. I wonder a track like this how it will fare with with things like the Celica or the Impreza. Just that I probably will not win simply because of the lack of power, you know. Well, at least it seems that it will be enough to beat this guy. Again with this, and this time you did spin out. Dude, I was holding right and it still refused to go where I wanted. God damn it. But the driving is very, very stiff, without a doubt. Like, it's most likely closer to how real rally is, but it's very hard to do. No, not again, dude. For fuck's sake. I don't know if it's because of this car. Anytime that I try to drift a little bit, like, it goes completely unresponsive. Well, not any time, but sometimes, and that's already enough times, you know. Hold up. Let me do one more time, guys. This is not working, but if it isn't with this car, it cannot be with any other one. But I mean, theoretically, yes. I could just bring the Suzuki Escudo and completely smoke these guys, but I mean, that wouldn't be the idea. That wouldn't be the right call. You know, if I'm gonna win it, it's gonna be with cars of this category. Or with a lower category, if that's even possible. I kinda know that it's gonna be possible. Okay, they're doing better now. Not by much, but you are trying, at least. But even super wide corners like this one, you cannot really drift that long, dude. You have to... essentially, the way I did that corner there is most likely the intended way. You're essentially barely allowed to accelerate here. It's very, very complex, without a doubt. Okay, if I keep it constant like this, should be fine. Now I am tempted to try one of these with the Impreza and company, but I don't think that the power will be enough to keep the lead. Well, to keep or to even take the lead. We can forget about keeping it. We cannot even take it. I guess the combination for these races will be this, like, it will be the Jaguar LMP for the regular races, and for rally races it will be this Peugeot. that will be the challenge. Well, the challenge that maybe it's not that much of a challenge, but it'd be interesting to bring a formula car to this. No, it probably wouldn't. Okay. Yeah, it's very hard. I know that it might not look that hard from the outside, but like keeping your car like doing what you want it to do is very hard. Without a doubt. Alright. So let's see. We can do... I could do Autumn Ring, at least this version of Autumn Ring. The other version of Autumn Ring though, I think that one is happening. But yeah, this one, sure, it can happen. Though, even this version of the track that is longer will most likely be a problem for these LMPs. But at least I should have enough time to take the lead. Oh, it's a problem at least for that Mercedes. Come on, dude, wake up. These guys are not doing the corners properly, that's for sure. Oh, what the hell? That guy just had to stay in the middle of the track. Yeah, no shit, this is not intended for LMPs. The AI doesn't know what to do. The AI of these cars was not made for this. That's pretty funny. And surprisingly, even after an accident like that, I'm still not first place. But don't worry, it will happen here. No, what a dipshit. I can't believe that Nissan pushed me out. Well, all of us got out of the track there, but I got out because of this asshole. I wouldn't have gone out otherwise. They are doing their best, you know. They are trying their absolute best. Sometimes their best might not be enough, but at least they are giving it a try. Ironically, so this is the corner that they went off. Not sure why. Like this guy here. Okay, they went off again, by the way. If you look at the minimap, one of them basically stopped. I don't know what's wrong with that place, but it seems that the AI doesn't like it. Okay. Got it. It's certainly not a track made for these little guys. Though the actual mini Autumn Ring is gonna be a disaster then. Like, it's gonna be an absolute disaster. It's fine. There will be time for that. Okay. Where else could we go? Well, these are also one-on-one races. Like, well, this one in particular, George B. Paris. Guess we can do it. Why not? Okay. Who am I going against? The Nissan? No, again the Sauber Mercedes. Seems that the game really likes pairing me up with this guy. I mean, I don't particularly mind, but when he doesn't have any opponent in front of him, he's certainly quite dangerous. limit. It's just like that other track that was a 1v1. These are gonna be very narrow places and very, very slow corners as well. Could be tricky to even have the opportunity to overtake here. I'm not sure how I'm even gonna be able to overtake, but this wouldn't be happening right now. I don't know if I can really make my pace faster. I'm trying, but wouldn't be working right now. Unless I go okay, this track seems like it's gonna be another one of those hard ones. Though I don't know why the other 1v1 wasn't that hard. It's pretty random which ones are hard and which ones are not. What else can we do? Well, can do the test course to get it out of the way, basically. So the test course, I don't think it's even gonna be hard to win. Like, it should be extremely straightforward. Yeah, we will see. Apparently 70 points to win, but the game is just lying. And it's also one that you could easily remove the driving aids and it wouldn't make any difference. It is a track where braking is not needed, and well, steering technically is, but barely. So, ironically here, since I didn't catch the slipstream at the beginning, I'm not sure if I will be able to reach them. I'm not sure why I couldn't catch the slipstream. I guess my acceleration is worse. This will be a problem if I cannot get closer. I just need to be a slipstream distance, but apparently this is not slipstream distance. Maybe I won't be able to get it. Hey, come on, it's just a little bit more. I'm surprised that they are not getting far either. I guess their slipstream is... well, maybe they are not really making use of it. It is not gonna happen if I cannot get to them quickly, and it seems that I cannot. But I don't think that will get fixed by retrying. So am I fucked here no matter what, or what's the deal? Yeah, judging by the... okay, I need the start to be better, but how could I make it better? It's not like I can do a faster start than the one I'm doing, can I? I don't think that's the case. Maybe I should move to the right a lot faster to catch the slipstream early instead of going straight. I think I have the Minolta slipstream. Yeah, I do. Alright. Well, this should go differently now. Yeah, essentially, you're out of the slipstream, you're out of the race. as easy as that. Alright, so now it should be free now. Okay, keep in mind that at least theoretically these guys should never leave me alone, because they are constantly gonna be on my slipstream. So theoretically the chances of losing are there. It's just that if you also want to, you can simply purposely block them and that's it. They all look pretty nice all together. I like the combination of colors, personally. If that was the final lap, I would have lost. I mean, it wasn't, but... Question is, if I will try to block them all together, or if I'll try something different. Well, then again, I could try the typical strategy of simply pushing these guys constantly. And I'm pretty sure that if I started doing that from the beginning, I could have actually escaped from everyone else. Or maybe no, actually. But that's because they still are at slipstream range here. Okay, like that Minolta is chasing me. Well, actually, we are all in a single file right now. That's pretty cool. Okay, I will kinda need to overtake you, Mr. Nissan. It's just that I think that at this point I actually cannot. Unless I try to do something like that. No, even with something like that I cannot overtake. Yeah, you can push me, Minolta, that would be nice. You cannot do the same strategy as in Gran Turismo 3, which is kinda like trying to get that guy down. Fuck, that didn't work. So I should have stayed on the lead, I guess, instead of trying to take the shortcut the slipstream at the end. Ah, that sucks. This is not a race that I wanted to do twice, honestly. Damn it. Ah, it's fine. There will be another chance. I could do Tsukuba Wet. So Tsukuba Wet is supposed to be another one of those 1v1s that you do against, you know, one of the... like this asshole again, basically. And this is the only... like, it essentially counts as a separate track, but it's the only track that has a wet version. So the physics that you see here are something that you won't see on the rest of the game. Wow, nice. Okay, that was a bad start. Though here it say that it's using racing hard tires. Shouldn't it be using wet tires for this? I think using racing hard tires is a good idea here. No, it's fine. You have to brake a lot more. Essentially, the understeering is a lot more noticeable. The issue is that it doesn't seem like I can reach this guy. I guess he went a little bit long there. Yeah, I'm struggling, like my acceleration apparently in these conditions is simply way too bad. I don't think it's happening. Not to mention if I do shit like that. Yeah, this doesn't seem very doable at all. I don't know if changing tires will make it easier. But as of right now, it doesn't seem like I can compete with this guy. You know, I guess that the only thing that I can try here is the missile in the second to last corner. I think that is my only resource left. Not a big fan of using it. I guess I'll need to pull it off. I might not even be able to pull it off. Let's see. No, I did actually. Don't try that at home. That's not very nice at all. But not to mention that in real life it's illegal both inside and outside of the track. In the sense that, you know, we'll get disqualified from the race, but I'm pretty sure you're also gonna be you're gonna have criminal charges. I almost lost it as well. Yeah, don't worry about it. That was legal here in this game. Yeah, that's the classical strategy that you have in Sukuba. When it comes to the final hairpin, you go right and aim for the car, and it works. But yeah, you shouldn't do it if you want to be honorable, right? Wait, there are a lot of city courses that I haven't done. I think we'll do that. Oh, there is the Clubman stage route. Let me do Seoul, because I think that the Clubman one will probably be hard, since it's likely the one with that is very short. So yeah, there's no way that one will be easy. Well, Seoul is essentially the easiest track in this game, so I don't think I should have any issue winning, but we will see. It's just that this mode, or rather the way I'm playing it, I guess is not the best representation of what's easy and what's not easy. Because, for example, Le Mans was completely free, but Le Mans is not meant to be an easy track. Just that in this mode, the longest the track, the higher your chances of victory. So it's possible that this track, because it's short, it might not be that easy to win at all, even if it's the easiest track, you know? Because, for example, the first lap is already over. The first lap is already out of the way, so... And I'm still not even close to the first place, so... I'm not really sure if I can get the first place here. I mean, if the Minolta was the one in first place here, obviously yes, but it's instead that Bentley. And there's only 2 corners remaining, so yeah, I don't think it's happening, but we will see. Yeah, unfortunately, no, that guy is way too far. But I think that with one more attempt, I probably could pull it off. Let me try. Like, this one shouldn't require like softer tires or another car or whatever. Like, I should be able to pull it off with this one. No problem. That's what I think. We will see. Not to mention that on the previous attempt I already fucked up at the beginning by crashing against the inner wall of the first corner. That was bad. Well, there was no way to overtake there. I probably should have not overtaken, but yeah, I guess I'm done. I apologize. It's fine. Oh, this was clearly slower at the beginning here, so this could still be worthy of a retry, but we will see. Well, this time the Minolta is not the one in second place. Oh, in fact, I think the Bentley might get overtaken, though he has the inner side, so no, I guess not. The Bentley is clearly slower than these other cars, but they just don't know how to overtake. Well, I'm not one to talk, but... I think that might not be enough, though. I mean, I'm on his slipstream, so no, it should be enough. Well, didn't particularly meant to do it like that. I guess it will be enough now. Not the most elegant way to do it, but I guess it works. I'll take it. No, not recommended to do that. A little bit of an aggressive overtake, but yeah, that's the reason why the AI struggles with overtake, and they don't go for things like that. They cool. Well, sometimes they do against me. Sometimes they hate me and they go for me like that. It's not ideal. I could do this one, the special Route 5. I guess. Yeah, let's try that. But... 54? So here... Like you have the Mercedes, right? I cannot see the other ones. You have the Minolta, have the R89. So why is it less points here? This is because not the two Nissans are here, and instead you have the Audi and the Bentley. I think it might be because of that. Like the Audi and the Bentley are counted as worse cars, so if both of them are in the same race, then it will count as an easier race, even though it really doesn't make a difference, you know. It should be fine. I mean, most of the slowness of this lap was these guys getting in the way. The Audi is still relatively far. Seems that it's very common for this guy to start in first place, but despite supposedly being slower than the rest of the cars, he keeps the lead most of the times. He just doesn't lose it. And if I do that, he won't lose it either. I'm pretty sure I can still win, but will be rough. I need to ace this chicane somehow. Yeah, I wouldn't really call that acing, but it's better than nothing. I will have his slipstream, but I think that he's too far. I mean, so is the finish line, but I don't think it's enough time to reach him. Yeah, unfortunately not. Come on, dude. Like, this one shouldn't be hard to win. But this guy is looking for some protagonism. And I'm unfortunately giving it to him. Also, is this rolling start really necessary? I guess in the first place the question is, why is it a rolling start? You even have the divisions showing clearly, you know, where you can start with a standing start, so why do you do a rolling one? See, that will be an interesting option to have. Like, be able to choose if you want a rolling start or a standing one. Because the logic doesn't really seem to apply to a lot of these. I know that the real-life world circuits, they probably have rules, and some of them maybe only do standing starts or rolling starts. But this is not a real-life circuit. It is a fictional track that is original of Gran Turismo, that for some reason is mixed with all of the other street tracks, even though most of the other ones are real, but this one is not. So, you know, it's not like you need to do one or the other. You could let the player choose. I guess they don't want that. Doing these corners badly, but I mean, it's ironically what's allowing me to get closer to this guy. So otherwise I wouldn't be this close. Like this little shit, this Audi is pretending it's slow, but you're not slow at all. In fact, you know that I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the tracks I couldn't win, it's because this guy shows up. Maybe if he didn't show up, maybe I would be able to win them. Maybe I'm just coping, that's also pretty possible, but what if I'm not? Well, I win though. So yeah, I wonder if I'm halfway through like the tracks I've beaten or not. Since there is no sort of progress screen, you have to count manually. Not a fan of counting manually, but I guess for the most part I might be halfway through. We can do the Grand Canyon. This is one of the hardest tracks in the game, by the way. So I'm not sure how it's gonna fare. But yeah, I remember this one in simulation mode taking me a very long time because it's a very hard track. fact this is certainly another one of those where the best idea will probably be to leave it for last, but I mean, at the same time, keep in mind that since there are no penalties in this mode, I can get away with a lot more shit than I would in simulation mode. So theoretically it's not gonna be as hard as it is in simulation mode. But it's still an annoying track, and well, even more annoying when you have someone in front of you constantly shoving dirt on your eyes, like this guy is doing. Makes it very hard to see where you're going. Not to mention that it's already hard to drive even if there was nothing, but yeah, with this guy it certainly is a lot harder. I don't know if I can reach him at this rate. I mean, he's right there, but it's a lot further than it looks like. If I do something like that, I guess yeah, I can reach him. So the issue here is keeping the lead. Like, good luck keeping the lead here. Oh, those... I thought those wooden things were like a solid thing, like it's like part of the wall, but no, it was actually like a decoration. Also, I'm going through a lot of these NPCs. Already killed quite a lot of them. This track I remember getting very salty in simulation mode because it was a clusterfuck to play. Like, it's just very hard. And even though they are two completely different things, like, Nürburgring feels like baby's play compared to this thing. It is legitimately such a painful track. You can already see it here, but one of those things that unless you play them yourself, it's hard to tell how painful it is, but I can guarantee you that it's very painful. It's just very painful. That sucks. No, I need you to... I lost a lot of time with that. I mean, obviously, since that's meant to be a straight, I didn't take it as a straight. Damn it. I really don't want to repeat this track, so I would appreciate you... Well, I did the exact same thing as on the previous lap. Got him on the exact same place. This time he actually overtook me later. Well, he also overtook me here. I'm pretty sure. I guess it's not that different. It's like, I'm not even trying to like drive elegantly or anything like that. Like, this track does not deserve any of that. Like, it's just very fucked up. No matter what. I mean, the fact that I won is already nice enough, but damn, dude. This is painful. It really is. Really was. Very, very painful track. It's fine, at least it's over now. So, what else do we have? What about midfield? Didn't do this one yet. I could. Why not? This one wasn't that complicated, was it? Well, not to mention it's a standing start. But with that Audi I am... Like that Audi is like the secret final boss. I tried to see if you could like use it, but I don't have it unlocked. Like neither the Audi or the Bentley. Like essentially the only LMPs that I have are the Minolta, the Jaguar and the Sauber Mercedes. And the worst of all of that is the Jaguar, so that's the reason why I wanted to pick it, because picking the Minolta will make everything way too easy. And the Sauber, I mean, I didn't try it for too long, but it looked like it was also very good, which makes sense since I think it is intended to be the best one. This Audi, with the fact that he supposedly has less horsepower, is certainly acting innocent. Acting like he's not on the same level when he not only is on the same level, it could be even on a higher level. It's the worst type of opponent. It's the opponent that wants you to underestimate him. So when you least expect it, it attacks and you're done. Okay. Yeah, this one was quite free. I mean, there are some tracks that are just simply way more easy than others. Way more easy, way easier, sorry. Yeah. And yeah, this Audi, even though, well, obviously I overtook him, but he still kept the second place. Like, he did not let anyone else overtake, so that's wild. But sure, why not? Alright, what else do we have? Well, many of the tracks that are left are tracks that will be pretty rough to beat. We can do the oval, I guess, just to at least get it out of the way. No, this is the good oval, not the bad oval that is the test course. Well, and this one is supposed to take the place of the... Well, I think in Gran Turismo 3 it was just called Super Speedway, right? Now, well, the issue is that this race will probably be quite hard, because you only have 2 laps for something that you don't really have any advantage by itself, you know? So yeah, actually I'm not sure how I'm supposed to win this one. And I don't think that the tires are gonna help either. Because here, I mean, if I don't do that, I basically have no chance of getting closer. I mean, even with that, I also don't have any chance. And yes, I say the tire compound is not gonna change this. I think that for this one, you legitimately actually have to pick another car. Like, you cannot do it with this one. I don't know if the Formula 1 will be... No, I think it will have to be one of the slow cars. And even then, I still wonder. Yeah, that one, I'll have to figure something out. But I'm not sure what's gonna work. Well, Opera Paris is also one of the hardest tracks in the game, but... As I say, originally one of the hardest tracks. Maybe it's gonna be easy here since it's not a super short track. But man, that Audi keeps showing up. I feel like that Audi is the root of all of my problems. When that guy is not there, there's no problem. But when he's there, it's just so annoying. The Minolta couldn't do that corner. I also don't expect the LMP AI to be ready for a track like this. But I am not ready either, though. I was never ready for this track. This track, as I say, to me, it's one of the hardest ones in the game. He somehow didn't die there. Yet again, the Audi just completely escaping. Fucking Audi, dude. So, to be fair, if the Bentley wasn't there, the Nissan would also have reached the Audi, probably. I don't think I'm reaching the Audi, he's way too far already. I couldn't do the chicane properly, damn it. You know, that Audi is just really getting far from everyone. And it really seems that most of the remaining tracks will be a pain to beat, huh? Yeah, I'm not winning this attempt. I will give it another attempt under these conditions, but I'm not having too much hope right now that it will work. Feeling a little bit hopeless. Just a little bit. Seems that the Minolta messes up there every single time. That corner is crazy, how hard it is to do it. Oh, you can really say that about almost all of the corners in this track. This is such a messed up track. At least I did that corner fast enough. Unfortunately, I had to fumble it on the next one. Couldn't be any other way. I don't know why I brake so late. Wasn't the idea, obviously, but it still happened. I think the Audi is slightly closer this time. No, I don't know. No, he's at the same distance. He's not closer at all. Not to mention this, the same situation as last time, so yeah, no, I don't think this is going anywhere. No, I don't think I can win this under this condition. Damn it. Can I get at least one win? I've been losing too much. I think I only been losing the previous two, but that's too much already. No, let me go to original circuits. There has to be one here. For example, Grand Valley East. Right? Well, this is also a short track, so will be hard, but at least it should be a way easier track at the very least. So come on, I should be able to pull it off. Sadly, this fucking Audi shows up again. Well, at least it's a standing start. It should make it a lot easier. Three of them went off track, and they are all the supposed fast ones, while the Bentley and the Audi didn't have any issues. Like, they are very easily secret top tiers. Well, maybe not so secret, but yeah, like the horsepower they have is there to... It's there to confuse you. Like, these guys are clearly way faster than what's originally advertised. Also, this is a cool variant for this track. It essentially cuts off all the annoying parts. Well, you can say that this corner here is still annoying, but... I wonder if they will be doing that corner properly with medium tires. Like, they are trying to do that. Oh, what the hell? I was not expecting that. Not sure even what stopped me there. It's fine, don't worry about it. Maybe they are trying to do the corners thinking they have medium tires, but... I don't know, I mean... The hard was the default tire compound here. Oh, I got it. Yeah, this one was actually free, despite also being a short track, because I mean every lap was... Well, not every lap, but I mean the whole race was below 2 minutes, so that essentially counts as short. I'll take it. I can do another one of this rally. I got 3 so far, right? Yeah. We can do... I want the short version of Cathedral Rocks. And with this one we should be fine. Maybe. Surely. Well, the opponent is always the same one here. And it seems that when it comes to how the opponents are chosen, they choose it to never repeat the car you chose. So here, it seems that these 2 cars are the only ones that are in this same category, so the only one that is possible for them to pick is that one that they are constantly picking, that Lancia Delta. I mean, if there is another one, it has not showed up a single time. This is already quiet, even if it's only the 4th one that I'm attempting to win right now. Nice. Just let him pass. I mean, this Peugeot that I'm using kinda fucking sucks on drifting, which is kinda like the whole point of a rally car, but it oversteers like crazy. Know what's wrong with it. Maybe I should have picked the Lancia Delta. I don't even know if I have it. I probably do have it. Because when you play the special condition events, I think that you end up unlocking every single rally car. Like, I most likely do have it. I guess I already committed to this Peugeot. I probably should keep going with it. It's like you try to make it steer a little bit in some circumstances and it fumbles so bad. Now this guy is... let me do the classic Gran Turismo strat of riding the wall here. Where was the finish line? After this, okay, there, yeah. This thing is very hard to drive. And even though this track has some very annoying corners, I think that it's nothing really out of the ordinary. So I cannot really blame the track, it's just that this car is very, very stiff. And the whole point of a rally car is that it's not supposed to be stiff. It's supposed to be nimble. Yeah, this one does not feel nimble at all. Maybe it's because of the lack of analog buttons. Like maybe on an actual PS2 controller, well, it will still be hard because you will have to be good with it, you know. Not like just having an analog button is suddenly gonna make you regulate the speed properly. You have to do that yourself, but I fucked up. Oh, well, thankfully there is an invisible wall that saved me. Oh yeah, that was pretty sad. Very, very sad. It's fine. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this Renault, of this Peugeot. Well, I also wasn't a fan of the Renault that I tried for a couple races. The Impreza apparently cannot compete there. What can I do? We'll do Motegi West. I could do regular Suzuka. I mean, ironically, despite being a complex track, it should be easy because it's one of the longest normal circuits this game has. When I say normal, I obviously am excluding Le Mans and Nürburgring. And not to mention it's also a standing start, so this should not be hard to win. I think that it's pretty clear that in tracks like this, since you have so much time to overtake, you eventually will, and especially as I say with the standing start. If this one was rolling start instead, I probably would have overtaken the Audi at the end of the first lap. So the thing is that like, this one is double easy. Like it's a long track that also has a standing start. And that's essentially what will define the difficulty of the track. It's a standing or rolling start, and if it's long or short. Well, it's the reason why so far it seems like the hardest one to win will be the Motegi Oval, because it's the worst of both worlds. It's a rolling start, short track, and like very short. We're talking now pretty much well, I will say the shortest track in the game, but I don't know if the beginner track is shorter. And the beginner track is an issue too, you know? Yeah. It's an issue. Also, the tracks that are available in this arcade mode also depend on the progress in simulation mode. I mean, you can tell by the fact that it says like 19 out of 19. Why would it say that if they were all available from the beginning? The thing is that they are not all available from the beginning. I'm assuming that the unlock requirement is most likely like just encountering them in simulation mode, probably. I wouldn't be surprised if the order they have is the order that you unlock them, and that's the reason why Nürburgring appears first, because it's the last one you unlock. Maybe I'm completely wrong, it's also possible. Yeah, we will see. I can do one more race, I guess. I don't know where. Maybe in Tokyo. We'll do the Monaco one as well. Basically one of these, I guess. Yeah, we can do Monaco, sure. Shouldn't be that hard to beat. Alright. So let's end with this one. And tomorrow I think I should be able to beat all the remaining ones. I mean, the only one that is extraordinary in terms of length is Nürburgring. Everything else is... well, some of them will also be hard to beat, but... I mean, if they take too long, I'm just gonna switch to another car, I guess. Shouldn't be a problem. I should investigate if the Le Mans cars ever drive here. Because I mean, we all know that Monaco is the classic Formula car, even though it shouldn't be because it fucking sucks for Formula. But I wonder if Le Mans ever, like the Le Mans prototypes ever participated here. Since it's a track that supposedly has a lot of prestige and all of that, it's like the perfect target for something that Le Mans prototypes that also have a lot of prestige, right? I don't know. It also sounds very dangerous. But not to mention that these cars are very wild. So wait, I'm not gonna be able to pull this off apparently, because this Audi is just doing its own thing, completely far from everyone else. Well, I guess we're not finishing with this one then. Man, I hate that Audi so much. I actually got a new enemy. I think that Audi... Yeah. Alright, whatever, let me pick another one, I guess. I could do one of the Fushis. I could do this version of Fushi, for example. I mean, there are 4 of them and I already did 2. So let me do a third one. And then leave the final one for the next stream. Okay. This one shouldn't. Team, that Audi keeps showing up. Well, this one is a standing start, so most likely easy enough, regardless of the track. I'm surprised at how much the Mercedes is getting owned. Like, it seems like he's the one that constantly ends in last place in these races, isn't he? Very messed up. You suddenly are not so good when it comes to, you know, it comes to being close to your other rivals. It's a hard corner. I mean, obviously, you can just skip that chicane if you feel like it. Also, I wonder if the game remembers your records after closing the game. Because if it doesn't remember them, it will essentially be impossible to tell what tracks are remaining to be played. Which is the whole point of this, that, you know, the idea is to win every track, but if I have no way of knowing that, that will be an issue. You know, something that I wonder is what will happen if you pick the Mercedes CLK in this mode. Like, will you actually get paired against these guys, or will you be paired against someone else? Because if you get paired against these guys, I guess that will be a way to get close to 200 points per race. But at the same time, if I'm already struggling with this one... Oh, the Mercedes actually got 3rd place there, nice. But if I'm already struggling with this one in some of these races, I cannot imagine it being much better on, you know, on some of the other ones. Alright, but yeah, I'm gonna leave it here, though it doesn't auto-save, so you gotta remember to save, you know, manually. But I don't know if it will remember the records tomorrow or not. I hope it does, because otherwise it will suck. But yeah, we will see. In any case, thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream. So have a good one, and well, happy new year as well, and take care.